What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. And, well, we may be getting an update on these new balloons that have been shot down. Here's what President Biden has to say. Listen to this and let me know your thoughts on this. Take a listen.
Our military, through the North American Aerospace Defense Command, so-called NORAD, closely scrutinized our airspace, including enhancing our radar to pick up more slow-moving objects above our country, around the world. In doing so, they tracked three unidentified objects, one in Alaska, Canada, and over Lake Huron in the Midwest. They acted in accordance with established parameters for determining how to deal with unidentified aerial objects in U.S. airspace. At their recommendation, I gave the order to take down these three objects due to hazards to civilian commercial air traffic and because we could not rule out the surveillance risk of sensitive facilities. We acted in consultation with the Canadian government. I spoke personally with Prime Minister Trudeau and from Canada on Saturday. And just as critically, we acted out of an abundance of caution and an opportunity that allowed us to take down these objects safely. Our military and the Canadian military are seeking to recover the debris so we can learn more about these three objects. Our intelligence community is still assessing all three incidences. They're reporting to me daily and will continue their urgent efforts to do so, and I will communicate that to the Congress. We don't yet know exactly what these three objects were, but nothing right now suggests they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country. The intelligence community's current assessment is that these three objects were most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreation or research institutions studying weather or conducting other scientific research. When I came into office, I instructed our intelligence community to take a broad look at the phenomenon of unidentified aerial objects. We know that a range of entities, including countries, companies, and research organizations, operate objects at altitudes for purposes that are not nefarious, including legitimate scientific research. I want to be clear. We don't have any evidence that there has been a sudden increase in the number of objects in the sky. We're now just seeing more of them, partially because the steps we've taken to increase our radars, to narrow our radars. And we have to keep adapting our approach to dealing with these challenges. That's why I've directed my team to come back to me with sharper rules for how we will deal with these unidentified objects moving forward, distinguishing between those that are likely to pose safety and security risks that necessitate action and those that do not. But make no mistake, if any object presents a threat to the safety and security of the American people, I will take it down. I'll be sharing with Congress these classified policy parameters when they're completed, and they'll remain classified so we don't give our roadmap to our enemies to try to evade our defenses. Going forward, these parameters will guide what actions we'll take while responding to unmanned and unidentified aerial objects. We're going to keep adapting them as the challenges evolve, if it evolves. In addition, I've directed my national security advisor to lead a government-wide effort to make sure we are positioned to deal safely and effectively with the objects in our airspace. First, we will establish a better inventory of unmanned airborne objects in space above the United States airspace and make sure that inventory is accessible and up to date. Second, we'll implement further measures to improve our capacity to detect unmanned objects in our airspace. Third, we'll update the rules and regulations for launching and maintaining unmanned objects in the skies above the United States of America. And fourth, my Secretary of State will lead an effort to help establish common global norms in this largely unregulated space. These steps will lead to safer and more secure skies for our air travelers, our military, our scientists, and for people on the ground as well. That's my job as your President, Commander-in-Chief.
Okay, so a couple new things we do know. The downed Chinese balloon, the first one that was shot down that China has confirmed was theirs, which they do think was a surveillance balloon from China. They have confirmed was aimed for Hawaii, but was blown off course, according to a U.S. official, saying the Chinese balloon that was shot down after crossing the entire United States originally had a trajectory that would have taken it over Guam and Hawaii, which is still U.S. territory, but was blown off course by prevailing winds. A U.S. official that wished to remain anonymous. The balloon, which Washington accuses Beijing of using for surveillance and China says was a civilian research vessel, but would still have been over U.S. territory, drifted across Alaska's Aleutian Islands, then Canada, and then across pretty much most of the United States before it was shot down. Also, one of the other three balloons that was shot down, a hobby group out of Illinois is wondering if one of their balloons that was shot down is one of the balloons that the United States Air Force shot down. Hobby Group wonders if the F-22 shot down its missing balloon. You can see here, Amateur Balloonist Group from Illinois says small balloon last reported over Alaska is now missing in action. So it's a it's a possibility that one of the missing balloons was a hobby balloonist balloon from an Illinois hobby balloonist group. Yeah, that's right. Also, if you remember me saying, why are they using missiles or rockets to shoot down these balloons when they could just be using the guns or the turrets to shoot down these? I mean, it's literally they're shooting at balloons. Well, we haven't been confirmed of what the other three UFOs, unidentified flying objects, because we haven't really confirmed if they're all balloons or if they're other type of objects in the sky. But you may have heard that, as you can see here from Rolling Stone, whoops, the F 16 missed shooting at one of the UFOs. And each missile that they shoot costs a little bit over $400,000. So they had to actually shoot two of these at one of the UFOs. So believe it or not, these are actually called UFOs, unidentified flying objects. So the Pentagon confirmed that the Air Force needed to shoot two Sidewinder air-to-air missiles to take down the object flying over Lake Huron, Michigan. And we don't actually know where the missing Sidewinder missile landed because it missed. And then don't forget that the missiles they're shooting also end up actually landing somewhere, even with the spent missile. I don't know why they're not just using the turrets, the actual just guns, because that's if it's just a balloon, that's all they would need to take it down, and it wouldn't cost $400,000 per missile to shoot these things down. Yeah. And now we're kind of left with a bit of a conundrum is that how do we distinguish what to send the fighter jets up for on what could be a spy balloon, what could be a potential drone carrying who knows what, could be carrying a bomb or not, and what could be just a hobby balloon? How do we know? Sending an actual fighter jet up costs about $100,000 an hour just to do that alone. Now, don't forget they do this for training exercises and stuff like that, anyways. But yeah, so we have a whole new conundrum on our hands, and we honestly should have been looking at the skies for a long time before this, because who knows how long this has been going on. But honestly, we need to take a better look at our air defenses because it's quite apparent that this has been going on for a long time, and we didn't know what was going in or out of our skies for a long time. And it's who knows? I mean, let me know your thoughts on this because honestly, especially with drone technology today, drones, especially military grade drones, could potentially come in and out as well. So remember that Russia is just a few miles from Alaska, And with technology getting better and better, this is actually a good warning system for America that we need to actually be looking and monitoring this type of stuff right now. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. So if you haven't yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day on our YouTube channel. Make sure to click the bell icon so you don't miss out. And thanks for liking and sharing these videos. It helps our videos reach out to new people here as well. Here's some videos you can watch next. Here's a big video about what the United States just had to do with Russia and send the Air Force out for. It was pretty big. And here's a new bill by Senator Bernie Sanders to send $2,400 to Americans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.